Hey guys, welcome to my new series on CraftCMS, and in this video we are going to basically in this series we are going to create a blog with CraftCMS. Alright, so there are going to be 5 videos here, and in this video we are going to be doing the first one, which is setting up a project. Okay, second one is creating fields and section, where we will create and understand how fields and section work to make a blog. And then the third one, we will categorize the post, right? So we categorize the post into sections. And then the fourth one, the fourth video, we are going to use Bootstrap to design. We are going to use basically, to make it more nicer and responsive. And last video is wrapping up, which I'm going to recommend good plugins for the blog. Right, so the first, in this video we are going to set up the project, which is I will tell you the tools that needed and required. Right, so first thing first, you need to head to CraftCMS and download the latest version of Craft. Right, once you have done that, the second thing that you have to do, alright, have I done that? Yeah, I have done that, so I just copy it to my desktop. The second thing that you have to do is install mem and membro. Alright, so basically when you download this you will get both, but I'm going to use membro, and you guys can try the free trial later on. So this program is going to allow us to provide us with Apache, MySQL, and PHP. So all of these tools will be available in this application. The next part is SQL Pro. So you need to get this software or application to access the database that we are going to work later on. And then the fourth one would be a text editor. So Atom is my favorite text editor. And if you guys have any other text editor that you want to use, such as Sublime Text, go ahead and use it. And lastly, you need Item 2, which is the replacement for Terminal. Right, so if you have all of this, if you have all of this downloaded, then we are ready to go. So the first thing that you have to do is let's see, so let's rename this to, okay, once you have downloaded that, rename it to craft blog. Right, and then open your mem. So I'm going to use membro here, and head to the host tab, create a new application. Let's call it craft blog .dev. So for this part we can use .dev or .app, but I prefer .dev. So if you guys want to basically to develop local application, just use any domain, but don't use the like .com or something like that. Just use the basically the non-exist domain. Alright, so .dev or .application. Right, once you have done that, press this folder icon and then head to the folder just now, craft blog, and then choose. Oh, before that you need to press it again, and you need to select the public folder and choose. Okay, so inside this folder you need to explicitly select the public folder, right? Because this is the application internal point, or when when you send when we send a request, they will hit this part, right? The public part. All right, so once you have done that, save it. All right, and start the server now. Enter your password. Okay, so once you have done that, the next thing that you have to do is open your text editor. Right, you can use any text editor you want. I'm going to use Atom, and then just drag these files into the text editor that you want to use, and we are ready to go. So I've edited this file previously. So before this, it's the name is htaccess. All right, so you need to rename this and put dot in front of it. So just put the dot right there, and then that's all. Okay, so that's the public folder part. And for the craft part, head to the craft directory, and then application, no, not application, sorry, configuration and database. All right, so right, hold on. This is I all right, so it will look like this. By default it will look like this, but just now I tried before I create the video. So this is the default files that you guys will see. All right, so the server is localhost, the database is empty, user root, password is empty, and table prefix is craft. What you need to do now is to open the SQL Pro that I asked you to download. Right, you open it, and we are going to connect to our database, our MemPro database. All right, so what you need is okay, from this standard from this tab, head to the socket tab, and then write your username, which is root, and your password should be root. Right, so that's the connection succeeded, so it means you are ready to go. All right, so connect. Once you are here, all right, you need to create a new database, and to do that, just head to the database and add database. The database name, I will call it craft block. Database encoding UTF-8. Database collection is default UTF-8 general CI. Okay, if you guys want to know more about this, you guys can visit the CraftCMS documentation, but they recommend us to use this encoding, right? So just add this, right? So craft block there, you refresh it, you won't see any table there, obviously. Once you have done that, head to the db.php and let's fill in our credential. So the database name is craft block, username is root, password is root, alright, and table prefix should be craft. Okay, by default they provide craft. So what this means is that all of the tables will have a prefix of craft. So for example, if we have user table, alright, user table, they will change it to craft underscore user. Or maybe we have post table, they will change it to craft underscore post. Right, so by default they will, they provide craft as the name, so we can just leave it empty. Right, save that. Once you have once you have saved it, okay, open your MemPro again, and then press this arrow icon, and you will see it. Okay, so I'm going to use Safari here. So here I will close all this tab. Tab. Okay, so craftblock.dev colon 8888. All right, enter it. So you will see service unavailable. So this thing is normal and nothing is error here. So what we need is just to install it. So before that, I will show you one thing that is kind of important here. So our our address right now is craftblock.dev colon and then 8888, right? So if you want it to be like that, okay, craftblock.dev, and then you just want it like that, you need to head to the MemPro, press the general tab, default Apache port, change it to 8T, right? Instead of 888 and 8, change it to 8T, which is the default port, and then save it. Okay, so do you want to restart the server? Yes, press it. So you are restarting server right now. Give it a second. All right, you are ready. And then when I press enter, you will still see the same thing, but the address is craftblock.dev, right? So that's the difference. If you access the previous one, 888, you won't be able to connect it. So that's kind of tricky part there. So remember that. And if you want to install it, you need to go to this kind of like directory or URL. So craftblock.dev/admin to install it. Enter it. Alright, so if you see this screen, then you are good to go to install it. So begin installation. Username, I will call it CraftBlock. So CraftBlock. And email, because this is only tutorial, just put an email. I will put any email. CraftBlock at craft@blog.com. Password, okay, your password there. Next, the site name is craftblog. Alright, so site URL craftblog.dev. Okay, so as you can see here, the domain is craftblog.dev, but the previous one, if you use the previous one, you need to put colon 8888. Okay, but because we have changed it already, so you just leave it like that. And locale, your what language do you want to use. Alright, so I'm going to set it as default and finish up. Alright, so installing CraftCMS, it took about 10 seconds or so, which is not that long. Right, just wait it. Alright, all done. Go to CraftCMS and you are ready to go. So as you can see, we are ready to develop our blog. So craft blog, welcome to craftblog.dev. So if you have reached this step, then it means that you are ready to, we are ready to create the second step, which is what is it, let me see. Okay, so we have set up the project, which is I have explained the tools and that are needed, and I will provide the links to the website in the description so you guys can download it. And basically this is for this video. So we have, right, to summarize, we have download the craft from the craft website. We have set up the Mempro, basically what do you call this. So we have set up uh, the server name and those things to to develop our application. We have connect to SQL Pro. We have connect our database to SQL Pro. And one thing about SQL Pro, if I close this and I open it back, you will see the same basically the same page. Right, so just head to the socket tab, and to make it more easier next time, so just write username root and password root and task connection. So once you have done that, just the name to uh, craft blog, right? And you guys can add to favorite. So if you guys did you know add it to favorite, it will be saved to the left hand side, so you can connect it easily. So you are in. So if I close it back and I turn it on, you guys will see there craft blog like automatically uh, there, and just connect it. So that's kind of a useful tips there. And so we are going, after this, on the next video, we are going to create fields and sections, and I will explain on how it works so you guys can better understand on the CraftCMS concept, right? So I hope this video, I hope you guys understand on the thing that I'm saying, and see you on the second video. Bye.